We have been taken, we have been beaten, we have been I don't really know, questioned. I think that's to come. And we have questions of our own to kind of ask. I'm assuming 5th division leader and whole group kind of took us, or traders. I'm assuming it's not just one guy's a traitor. I think they're all traders, and we were kind of warned to look out for something like this to happen. So we have internal things going on as well within our group, and people kind of switching to other sides and have other visions and goals and things that they want to do, which we don't fully understand yet. Why we were dragged here, what they want to warn us with, or what they want to do to us, or what they want to say, or whatever, I don't know, and I honestly don't even have a guess. Why the other 2 guys that they brought with us from the Black Dragon arc are here, and they're also beaten, so clearly they're not on their side either. I also have no idea. So lots of questions and things for me to wonder, and I'm kind of excited to see where we're gonna head with this. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments with this particular series. Let's get going though with episode 4. Although we have the grunts, I don't like those. Okay, so maybe we're not traitors. What a callback. Oh. Oh, so you're trying to find him. You're not the traitor. So you're questioning them. Okay, gotcha. What if you're the traitor, though? I'm pretty sure you are. You're suspected of being one. Yes. Yes.
Emma, お兄ちゃんにバイバイして。きっと楽しい。いいな。エマも行きたい。
It's not so fun.
必ず迎えに行く。
Uh-oh.
約束だ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
もう一人のお兄ちゃん。
How's it out for your other one?
俺が何したって言うんですか？俺なんか疑われてるんすよね。
I don't know. I'm just wondering, you know. It's my job to figure it out.
イザナだろ。天竺の黒川イザナと俺が昔つながっていたからだ。
But
何の話だ？
how does that relate to Takamichi?
俺は8代目ブラックドラゴンにいた。イザナの側近だった俺が東卍の一番隊にいる。
ユダ、俺が東卍の裏切り者？俺もしかしてこいつにはめられた？気が思いつかねえ。
You don't even know what's going on.
花垣はユダじゃねえ。
Thank you.
東卍を裏切るような真似はしてねえ。
Yeah, but it makes sense why you'd be suspicious of them. Not Takamichi. I still don't understand why we were suspecting him.
動き出したってことだろう。S62 の亡霊どもがよ。
And he's one of them, right?
62って極悪の世代。奇襲をかけてきた天竺の連中。
Yes, sir.
こいつはもともと黒川イザナたちの仲間。少年院で出会った6人。極悪の世代と呼ばれた奴らの一人だ。
Oh my god. They really started this shit while they were here.
極悪の世代。
Yeah, he's also part of the traitors.
黒川イザナたちの仲間。
Yes.
イザナが復帰した以上、
It was clear who I was going to go follow. No longer loyal to those.
のものだった。
And we will rule once again. I mean, it tracks.
わかるだろう、花垣。
I get it.
俺は天竺の創設メンバーだ。
And the traitor that you were looking for. Did he bring you here because he suspected that one of you guys would be able to pick up on him being the traitor, so he's gonna beat the fuck out of you while you're here? Or did he have orders from, like, Izuna to be able to do this?
ムーチョ君はこの二人を。ムーチョ君、マイキー君を
Yeah.
違ったのかもし
I'd
れ
be
ない
following him, so you're just loyal to the first one that you were with.
イザナが一斉に戻ってきた今、お前らは俺の敵だ。
My path was decided.
ここで死ね。
Is there anybody here who could protect us? Because we're fucked.
マイキー君を潰すのが目的だ。
Alright, that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
天竺っていうチームが存在し、
Mm-hmm.
イザナがその
It's
トップを
it's
張った。
clear as day. That's all he needs. Yeah, that's all that. Yeah, that's it.
何言ってんだムーチョ君。
He is, but that's all that matters.
マイキー
てめえらはなんで花垣の下についた？もう利用されないためか？
They had a reason I remember, but I don't remember what it was. It was like weird, their conditions.
なぜ太一は九重はじめを求めたかわかるか花垣？九重は金を作る天才だからだ。イザナが利用したいのはその力。
So we need you for that.
今でも東満の財布のままか。
He did say that.
確かに。未来でも東満にはココがいた。
Yeah.
ココのはじめ。こいつが未来の東満の金を握っていた男。
乾と花垣をここで殺す。 ついていくやつがいなくなったら九重。
You'll have nothing left, yeah. Yeah.
しかねえだろ。
そんな。
It's a fucked up way of thinking. It's a dangerous way, whatever decision you make here.
イザナの狙いはマイキーだけじゃねえ。九重の金、奇跡のブレーン、そしてマイキーのカリスマさ。それを駆使した最強の犯罪組織を作る。S62 世代はもう18歳だ。
We have way more power than we did before.
ガキみたいな真似する気はねえんだよ。
So we have to crush that so that we can start.
てめえが俺らについてくるなら、乾と花。
For now. We'll catch them when they leave the building.
こんなクソ野郎の言うこと聞く必要ねえよ。
花垣。
It's a strong thing to take on and say. Oh, my man's up.
負けっぱなしのこの戦いで、やっと一つ勝機を見つけた。
It's the power position. He's a very valuable asset for us.
九重はじめは一番隊の隊員だ。俺の部下
I
はてめえらなんかに渡さねえ。
love it. I love it. You're gonna get your ass kicked though.
こいつを
てめえじゃ俺に勝てねえぞ。
分かってねえな、ムーチョ君。
I might not either.
勝てる勝てねえじゃねえんだよ。
Unleash your breathing technique.
でも俺ね、行くぞオラ。
It's that determination, baby. Bro, actually gonna get it. At a certain point, you know, you're a little too used to seeing him get his ass kicked, you know? Damn, they threw you out with the trash and they took their mans. But that lasting impact that you had of standing up for him the way that you did might actually do a little song for him, you know? Oh my god! I fucking headbutted each other.
二人とも死んじまうぞ。
分かったよ、ムーチョ。何でも言う通りにする。だから二人を解放してくれ。
Stand up for them. It's basically go with them, you know, so you can let them live free. The people who stand up and actually care for you and don't want to just use you. You kind of have to at that point. He could have fought, but even if he kept fighting, they still would have taken him.
ココ君は殺されるわけじゃない。
Mm-hmm.
あいつらはココ君を殺したいだけだ。
You don't gotta stress over that. You can get him back still. Yeah.
救いようのねえクソ野郎だと思ってた。
They loyal.
俺に加勢してくれた。俺の仲間だ。ココ君は天竺なんかに渡さねえ。絶対連れ戻す。だから大丈夫っすよ、犬ピー君。
This is the third arc in a row where we've had to worry about bringing somebody back from the other side.
俺とココのアジトだ。
アジトっていうか、廃墟。
入れよ。
It's a big thing to show something like this to somebody.
ある目的のためにブラックドラゴンを再興したいと思ってる。俺はお前に命を預ける。ブラックドラゴンを背負ってくれ、花垣。11代目ブラックドラゴン総長を継いでくれ。花垣、ここを。
That's an interesting way to put it.
もともと新一郎くんのバイク屋だった場所なんだ。
新一郎くんって
What's your connection
お
with
兄
him?
さんの
にとってさ、ここは集いの場だった。見る影もねえけどさ。
So is your goal to bring back something similar to what he was kind of striving for when he began it?
オイルやガソリンやから危ねえのに。訪ねてくる先輩たちもみんなめっちゃギラついててかっこよくてさ。でもそんな人たちもみんな新一郎くんの前では礼儀正しくて。
Because they respected the guy.
俺のヒーローだった。一郎くんの作った初代ブラックドラゴンを再興させたい。このバイク屋で初代の先輩たちからよく昔の話を聞かされた。
And they're nothing like that no more. He wants to build a place for them.
そんなことあったっけ
って気まずそうにはにかんでた。なんかいいだろう。
Yeah.
大人になっても昔やったバカなことを笑い合える仲間。
Yeah.
8代目からブラックドラゴンはゆすり、強盗、薬、何でもありの極悪チームになっちまった。
Completely opposite of what you would want, though.
それぞれのテリトリーで競い合うように暴れてた。その筆頭、イザナが率いるブラックドラゴンにもはや初代の志は影も形も残ってなかった。ブラックドラゴンが途絶えちまうって。そして芝大将を頼った。あとはお前
Enlisted him as the savior, then yeah, things didn't necessarily go that same way. Mistakes were made, but now it's your opportunity to be able to take this on and do it yourself.
救いたい人がいるんです。そのためにずっと頑張ってきた。でも俺全然ダメで、何やってんだろうって。俺がブラックドラゴンを継ぎます。東京卍会一番隊隊長兼11代目ブラックドラゴン総長です。
That's awesome.
覚悟してください。
Is it gonna be like out in the open though, or are we secretively doing this? Is it like 2-man, or how are we doing this?
天竺を潰す。
Let's go.
ついてこれますか。
Brings a tear to his eye. Let's do this, brother. I am in fear for our two fallen Black Dragon members here, fallen under First Division, now taken, and things going on with Coco and Inopi and how they're gonna survive. I guess that's the only way I can put it. They do an excellent job of building up the stakes. It allows you to get really attached to characters. We've talked about this extensively before, and how the show does an excellent job of kind of doing that, but spending the entire episode of giving you some history and some backstory and providing you with goals and visions and things that these characters want to achieve, and what their intentions are and why they're doing the things that they're doing, or why they've made the decisions that they have in the past, and the things that they regret or they don't regret, or what it's kind of taught them and the lessons that come along the way with that. And it does a really excellent job of being able to do that, especially here as we get the majority of the episode focused around that connection, and Takamichi kind of relating with Inami and how they're kind of working together now and what the goals are with the revival of 11th Gen Black Dragons and the, I guess, the mission that we're going to go on now too, to help out and protect Coco and get him back, but also at the same exact time crush everybody else in Tenjiko and really kind of get back to what it was that Mikey's brother was really intending to, with his first generation. Get back to the thing that Mikey himself initially, when we met him, told us that he wanted to strive for, and the similarities that we have there, and really just get back to the root cause of a lot of that, which I think is pretty good, and makes me very excited to kind of see the direction that they plan to go here. And I think just the relation and connection that they give us between these characters and the relationship and stuff that they're kind of building up really is excellent. And I'm very excited to see how they kind of progress that and decide to move forward. We got confirmation on the traitor, specifically being our Gen 5 guy. And I mean, he has reason. It's not like his reason's wrong. I mean, it is kind of wrong, but it's like it tracks and it makes sense. And I can definitely see literally anybody, real life or not, thinking and using this kind of mindset with the way that they kind of operate and act and fall under somebody else or a group or choose to trust and believe in a person and follow them. It all kind of makes plenty of sense. I had my initial suspicion, not because he took us there, like it would make sense, I guess, what he was trying to explain at the beginning and why he took us here and how it's his job to kind of sniff all this stuff out. But I think in either the OP or the ED, one of them, I'm pretty sure I saw him in it, and he was wearing the Tenchiku uniform, so I was just like, yeah, that's probably there. That's why I try not to pay attention too much, because sometimes these shows love to spoil other things, which they've done for the most part, because it appears we're going to be getting a showdown near on the shipping docks over here, and we're going to have the Mikey and Izuna fight, and then we're also going to have the Kisaki and Takamichi fight, and like, so they're kind of, spoiling all that, which I think is lame, and that's why I try not to watch it. I'll listen to it, but I like put my head down and turn away, because I just, why you gotta do that? I'm trying to see as little as I can, but sometimes you have to. Anyways, we get to learn a lot about him too, and how his upbringing in a way, and the things that he's choosing to fall under as an 4, reasons why, and how it's kind of a no-brainer for him, and that's why he's doing this, even if it means he has to be a traitor against his own group, and the people who have kind of trusted in him for such a long time now. So it kind of makes sense. It's really shitty and it's annoying, but it is what it is. We got a really cool connection between everybody else, or the other 3 that he kind of kidnapped here and was trying to beat the shit out of here, and we got to understand Coco and his background a little bit, and why he was so heavily wanted by somebody, or by the others, right? And why he's still wanted heavily, and the importance that he kind of serves, what his role in the present even was too, Takamichi being able to relate that back to as well, which I think all works out really well. And I talked about it last time, how it does such an excellent job of, through a couple episodes here, really building up something that kind of goes unnoticed, in a way, or doesn't go unnoticed, but at the same time, like, maybe you do notice it and think about it a little bit, like what this person's role is, but then it makes sense when you bring it in the back, and you kind of start talking about it again. I mean, his role as being the guy, for the wallet and everything, and they mentioned that. I read it, of course, when it came up, but did I think twice of it? No, not really. And I just thought of like what their role and their connection continuously with Taiju ended up being in the future, but I never really thought about it past that point. So being able to have that connection fully is a really cool little detail and thing that they are doing a very good job at kind of building up in the background. And anybody who actually is paying attention and latching on to those things where I was not, is able to be a little bit rewarded and possibly already believing or theorizing on what was coming with that. The whole intro part, and we beat them up. I love this, how he was actually there, like the first initial meeting before these 2 ended up coming, and how like he explained all of that, which is really, really cool, because that's a callback to 30 something episodes ago, of course. So it's pretty cool for us to be able to get that. The Hina moment here, her opening the letters, I wonder if she was just looking at the box again, or if she actually went through and read them and maybe saw the connection in the relation to maybe her possibly being brought up or something along the lines in the notices at some point. The reminder from him, for Izuna as well, that he's gonna come back no matter what, and he's gonna get her. I wonder if in this moment she's wondering if she was forgotten about, if she's wondering if he is gonna ever come, if she's wondering, what's gonna happen, because now both of her brothers in a way are going at it with each other. How she feels in these moments, I'm really curious on, and it adds a lot more stakes as well. We have the family bonds in a way, and the fighting that's going to be going on between those 2, but at the same time, it's like a fight in a way over Emma, and who's going to kind of basically get her at the end of the day, because Izuna's going to probably look at it like, I did this all, we were able to get our family back and protect you, and I have you again. And then Mikey's in a way is going to be trying to protect her from having to go with somebody who seems kind of fucking crazy like him, where in reality, I wouldn't be shocked if we find ourselves on a route where all of them end up staying alive, and then they all just end up having like this family and connection that they end up forming by the end of it, because I feel like that's also a strong thing that they would probably try and push a little bit within this show. So I'm interested, I guess, where they're gonna head with that, but I wouldn't be against them doing that. It does make me fear for Emma if they do get her involved in any sort of way, or if this was kind of the extent to how far they really wanted to push. Also, if she chooses to reach out to him, like, things could get really fucking bad, so I wonder if that's something that she's gonna make the effort for. But it makes a lot of sense too with what she said, or he said last time, No, she said it last time about how they haven't like talked much and how it's you know he's her brother and everything. But then we find out this time that he said that he'll like come back for her or whatever at some point. So maybe she's been sitting around because she's been relying on him in a way, and that's why she hasn't been kind of going out of her own way to reach out and find him or talk to him or have this connection anymore with him, because he literally made a declaration that he was going to come back at some sort of point. We have our full connection and backstory between everybody here. It makes sense why they chose to do the things that they do and what happened. We talked about this a little bit already. I really love in the moment of Takemichi here kind of standing up despite being, you know, getting his ass kicked kind of, and actually standing up and choosing to fight here and realizing that he has nothing to lose, but also at the same time he has to stand up for his men. He has to stand up for the people and the things that he thinks is right. And regardless if he thinks he's going to lose, it's not about that. It's the impact that you can create on the others around him. He allows Inoue to be able to look at him and be like, this is a fucking guy who's willing to stand up for me and my life and care for me. And, you know, you see that dedication and drive and passion within this guy that it makes you want to fall under him, because he just, you gravitate towards him, right? And then Coco, on the other hand, is able to see, this is my friend who is now sticking up for this other guy who's sticking up for both of us, and kind of relate to something along those lines. But at the same time, too, be able to see this guy also cares about me when he knows absolutely nothing about me, but just because I fall under him, he's willing to take care of me so much or care for me, allows him to maybe when he does end up getting fully captured here and he gives himself up after this fight doesn't end up working out for the better, is able to do whatever he can to protect these people and spare their lives, but at the same time, while he's on the insides, might be working on a plan or something to kind of get himself out. I do wonder. But it's a great move by Takemichi here to be able to really progress this and build this connection and stuff between everybody. We go to our hideout where we get mainly the rest of it, which we kind of dedicate our lives in a way to Takemichi and put our lives in his hands for what we want to do. I love the little heart that we kind of have here with each of them, the backstory on what it is that both of their goals are, one of them wanting to bring back the initial place that was brought up by Mikey's brother, right? Wanting to bring back this beautiful place that he created in this bike shop, where all these guys kind of fell under and respected this guy for being able to be somebody like them, right? Be a delinquent, be this kind of person, but be able to find this passion and this thing that he was able to use to kind of isolate himself from that and the violence and everything, but also create this beautiful place for all these people who have troubles and stuff like this to come, and really be able to connect without having to rely on those sort of things. And it's a great place that he would love to be able to have a connection with others like this, and help them out in their journeys going forward. At some point, that gets kind of taken and there's nothing really there for them. So of course, when he joins the Black Dragons, by the time he gets to a certain point that he's able to, it's fallen under somebody else entirely who has different motives and goals, and it causes them to become a very violent and vicious generation that is nothing similar to the previous 7 that we ended up having, of course, which allows him to not really get what he wants. He falls under a bad trap. He gets arrested, all of this stuff goes down, and then by the time he comes back, if he wants to save things and get back to the roots and the things that he wants, the only thing he can do is enlist the trust of somebody like Taiju to be able to help him. But unfortunately, Taiju kind of abuses that and doesn't necessarily follow the way that we would have loved or liked, and it causes things to go a bit more south. Of course, I love Takemichi being able to come forward too and be like, I'm trying to protect somebody, I have these things, but I keep failing and I keep doing all this, but letting him know, you know what, I'm not gonna fucking give up, we're gonna try and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna have your back. You're like a brother at this point, you know, we're friends, we're going to be able to do this, and I'm willing to help you. The significance of having the handshake and everything here too, I think is great. Takemichi now is the starter and sole member, or I guess one of 2 members now, of the 11th gen Black Dragons, which is fun, while being first division captain of Toman. I wonder at this point if you ever express that or tell that to somebody like Mikey or the others, or if this is just a under wraps kind of secret thing, like how him and Chifu have, you know, the time travel and how all that stuff works. I wonder how they're going to do, if we're going to recruit members, if we're going to fall under that. I also think it'd be funny because Izano would probably be pissed if he finds out about an 11th gen Black Dragons, you know, and say they disband Toman entirely and they just fall under the Black Dragons, and somebody like Mikey is, you know, involved with it as well. He's probably gonna get pissed and be like, oh, you fucking take that from me as well, you know, you already took my brother and everything. So we could have some fun little things that they choose to go there. That's really gonna be all for me. I'm very excited to see what's to come and the connections that we're gonna have, and what more here. I think they're doing, once again, an excellent job of building up what we have going here and really building up certain characters that maybe have been been lacking in the past, or they just introduced recently, or the connections and stuff that we haven't really known about or have always wondered about, or whatever the case is. And I think they're doing a pretty good job, so I'm very excited to see what's to come. If you liked it all, the like and subscribe. Do mean a lot to me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Let me know in the comments for this particular series. I will be back for the 5th one next week, so you have a good one. Peace.